Dunque, permette che le presenti il dottor Cattani, nuovo capo della squadra mobile.
Signor procuratore?
Non me l'aspettavo così giovane il capo della squadra mobile.
Se vuole mi rimetto subito.
Michele Placido is an Italian theater and film actor and a film director. In the 1980s, he won the hearts of Italian women with his role in the TV series The Octopus. And now there are more than 120 works in his filmography. We will tell you about Placido's career and personal life in this video. Michele Placido, how Commissioner Cattani lives, and where the star of the TV series The Octopus is now. Michele Placido was born on May 19, 1946 in the town of Ascoli Satriano in southern Italy to a poor family consisting of a geometry teacher and a housewife. He was the fifth of 8 brothers, 2 of whom, Gerardo and Donato, who also became actors. The guys often staged home performances, so the boy fell in love with this art during his childhood. Michele studied at a Catholic monastery school, even dreamed of becoming a priest for a while, and also attended a drama club at the church. Once he staged a short play called The Drunkard's Wife and played this wife himself. Although Placido did not have high grades at school, his parents dreamed of a technical profession for their son. But at the age of 18, the young man moved to Rome, where with the help of one of his relatives, he joined the ranks of the local police. Instead of serving in the army, he worked there for several years and managed to participate in the famous police clash with students known as the Battle of Valle Giulia on March 1, 1968. Michele sent part of the policeman's salary to his family and spent the rest in bars and restaurants, where he constantly took the girls he liked. In 1969, the young man decided to change his profession and realized his long-lasting dream of acting by enrolling in the National Academy of Dramatic Art. In 1970, the aspiring actor made his debut on the theater stage, initially not even considering the possibility of working in a movie. According to him, emotions are more sincere on the stage of the theater, but his small theater salary still prompted Placido to accept offers from film directors. However, he did not take this work seriously and did not even watch the films in which he took part. The actor's first films on the big screen were released in 1972, and the first roles that made him famous in Italy were his work in the romantic comedies Till Marriage Do Us Part and Come Home and Meet My Wife in 1974.
Chi è questo qua? E chi è? Un volto nella folla! Un volto nella folla? Questo qua sei tu! Con la tuta.
Cinematographers saw an interesting type for creating the image of a hero lover in the young promising actor. In real life, Michele also fully corresponded to his image. He had affairs with groupies and stage partners. One of them was a young actress known for her role in The Godfather, Simonetta Stefanelli. In 1976, she gave birth to Placido's daughter Violante, who followed in her parents' footsteps and made a living as an actress. During that period, Placido starred in such films as The Divine Nymph, Plot of Fear, Victory March, Prisoner of Passion, Beach House, Kleinhof Hotel, Oedipus Orca, The Pajama Girl Case, and Ernesto. For his role in the latter, the actor received a Silver Bear at the Berlin Film Festival of 1979.
Il busto proverebbe con me, che ho anche i baffi. Beh, ma potrebbe tagliarseli. Sarebbe lo stesso. Io resterei uomo ugualmente.
Cinema fascinated the actor more and more, and he tried to participate in a variety of films, comedies, detectives, thrillers, and biographical dramas. In 1979, the actor added the following films to his filmography: the comedies Tigers and Lipstick, Saturday, Sunday, and Friday, the drama The Meadow, and the crime thriller A Man on His Knees.
Ma scusate, a Palermo tutti così fare, che uno cammina per i fatti suoi e deve subire questi interrogatori, non so questo.
Perché siete venuti a Palermo?
Perché sono venuto? Sì, mi sono detto vado a Palermo, sono venuto. E sono venuto forse per vedere la vostra bella faccia, sono venuto a Palermo per incontrare un amico, va bene?
Then, one after another, the dramas Lulu, Three Brothers, and the erotic drama Arsamandi came out. But real fame came to Michele Placido after the release of the series The Octopus, when the premiere of the first episode took place in March 1984.
La chiamano Titti.
Faccia strana. Un po' malata.
Darei il dispiacere.
The actor played the role of Commissioner Catani, although it was originally written for another famous Italian actor, Franco Nero. He refused. The producers of the project were against Placido, but the directors of the first season, Damiano Damiani, insisted. Later, after Damiani died in 2013, Micheli noted that he owed everything to the director because he not only revealed the actor to viewers around the world, but also helped him become bolder on the set by infuriating Placido on purpose. In Italy, the series was very popular. During the screening of The Octopus, life in the country literally froze. Banks and shops were closed, and the subway was empty. Each episode was watched by more than 20 million people, and they say every second an adult in the country watched the series. This success is huge because the events on the screen reflected the realities of Italian life. The mafia, which controls and determines the life of a significant part of the population, is far from a cinematic phenomenon. So The Octopus went far beyond detective cinema and turned into a kind of film chronicle of life in Italy. Even after such successes, the main actor wanted to leave after the first season, but he was persuaded to continue filming. The audience loved Corrado Catani, and in 1985 they saw Placido on the screen again in the second season.
Prego, dove va lei?
Sono un commissario di polizia. Cos'è successo, tenente?
Interestingly, while playing the role of a fighter against the mafia, Michele Placido starred in the film Pizza Connection, where he himself turned into a mafiosa and an assassin.
Se non facevi quello sbaglio l'altro anno a Baltimora.
Non ho fatto nessuno sbaglio io a Baltimora.
Mario, hai lasciato vivere un testimone pericoloso.
Una povera vecchia, cieca, seduta in poltrona.
In the break between the second and third seasons, the actor starred in the comedies Department Stores, Summer Night, and the comedy drama How Good the Whites Are. In 1987, the premiere of The Octopus 3 took place.
Questo sembra il Veneto.
Questa roba qui non può essere stata trafugata da un qualsiasi impiegato corrotto. Qui sotto c'è qualcosa di più importante, di spaventoso.
Bisogna portare questi documenti a un giudice.
Initially, they wanted to bring the action to the United States, where Catani would investigate the ties between the American and Italian mafia, but at the last moment, the script was changed and the characters remained in Italy. In 1988, Placido starred in the Italian crime drama Forever Mary and the American comedy Big Business. Despite attempts to diversify his acting portfolio, Michele Placido was most often called by the name of Commissioner Catani on the streets. Such fame somewhat tired the actor. Besides, he was just tired of the same image, so Placido insisted on the death of his character in the finale of the fourth season of The Octopus. Moreover, he also chose the method of how the character would die, so that the screenwriters would not have a single chance to send Catani into a coma and then revive him. By the way, during the filming of Catani's death, Michele received a real burn on his right cheek, which had to be hidden with makeup in other scenes. The actor himself stated that although he invested part of himself in his character, he was still dissatisfied with the role. Placido, who served in the police, believes that the image of a policeman looks too idealized on the screen. Without Michele's participation, The Octopus continued running. A total of 10 seasons were released, where the beloved of Commissioner Catani, played by actress Patricia Malarde, stood up to fight the Italian mafia. Several books were published based on the series, while Placido himself continued his creative career in other projects, in cinema and on the theater stage. In 1989, Michele married the mother of his daughter, Simonetta Stefanelli, and in the same year they had their son, Michelangelo. And a year later, their second son, Brenna, was born. However, a year before that, the man had an illegitimate son named Inigo with the actress Virginia Alexandre. But Placido managed to hide this fact from his wife for many years. In 1990, at the age of 44, Michele Placido tried his hand at being a film director for the first time. His debut was the drama Pomaro, which premiered at the Cannes Film Festival. In the next 4 years, Michele Placido starred in 8 films and TV series, including the crime drama Giovanni Falcone and the drama L'America. In 1994, the actress's wife, Simonetta, found out that her husband had a mistress and an adult son, and filed for divorce. The divorce process was accompanied by scandals and discussions of juicy details in the press. Despite the problems in his personal life, the actor did not stop acting, although he could not repeat the success of The Octopus. From the films of the late 90s, the dramas The Nanny and Dirty Linen can be distinguished. A breakthrough in the directorial field also did not happen. His works Close Friends, Ordinary Hero, Of Lost Love, Although they received positive reviews from critics, and the latter even received an award at the Venice Festival, but were not popular with a wide audience. Since 2002, Michele's lover has been the young actress Federica Vincente, who is 37 years younger than him. Soon after the beginning of the relationship, the girl became pregnant, but at the 6-month term, she lost the baby. In 2003, the actor appeared in the 2-part television drama, Soraya. A year later in the thriller, The Smell of Blood, and in 2005, he directed and played a small role in the film Criminal Novel The Series, which was about the Italian mafia in the 70s. The film was well received by audiences and got a nomination at the Berlin Film Festival. In the same year, the actor became a Grand Officer of the Order of Merit of the Italian Republic. In 2006, Placido and Federica became parents. Their son Gabriel was born. Michele also became a member of the Venice Film Festival jury in 2006 and starred in the films The Goodbye Kiss, The Cayman, Carol the Pope, The Man and the Unknown Woman, where he appeared together with Russian actress Ksenia Rappaport.
Sono un po' particolare. E poi basta, riposo assoluto. Fino all'ultima settimana.
Coentra per primo.
A year later, the actor played in the biographical drama Focaccia Blues, and in 2009, the dramas Ba'aria, as well as The Big Dream, which Placido directed and starred in a small role, appeared on the cinema screens. In 2011, Michele Placido directed another thriller about the mafia group, Angel of Evil, and starred in the film The Ages of Love, together with Monica Bellucci and Robert De Niro. On August 14, 2012, Michele and Federica formalized their relationship when their son turned 6 years old. The wedding ceremony took place in the Church of St. Nicholas in the small town of Cisternino in the actor's native region of Puglia. They exchanged rings to the song Ave Maria, performed by Placido's old friend Albano. The 5-star hotel where the event took place was also decorated with orchids, Federica's favorite flowers. 2012 turned out to be fruitful for the Italian. He starred in the thriller Tulpa, the comedy Long Live Italy, and the action movie The Lookout, which he directed himself. In 2013, Placido became one of the directors of the documentary film Almanac Venice 70, Future Reloaded, dedicated to the anniversary of the Venice Film Festival. In 2016, Michele Placido directed the drama 7 Minutes, where he also played a small role. The film is based on real events from the life of weavers of a small Italian factory, which was bought by a French corporation. For this film, the Italian received a Silver Ribbon, a special award for attention to the problems of workers, as well as several awards from various film festivals. In 2017, Placido was engaged in the filming of a new series, Suburba, Blood on Rome, where he acted as one of the directors. In 2018, the Italian was blacklisted in the Ukraine for his statements in support of Vladimir Putin and his aggressive policy. In January 2020, the premiere of the comedy I Hate Summer with Michele's participation took place. Now the actor continues to act in films and direct, so in 2022, the biographical picture Caravaggio's Shadow is expected to be released. Speaking about his priorities, Placido declares that he prefers the theater stage and directing in the cinema, but he is not ready to give up playing interesting roles on the screen. The actor's children are also involved in the film industry. In addition to the eldest daughter, their sons Inigo and Breno appear on the screen, and Michelangelo is a film producer. One of Placido's hobbies is winemaking, which he turned into a business. Together with friends, he created his own Placido Valpone, produced at the winery of the same name in Puglia. Together with his wife and younger son Gabriel, the actor lives in a 2-story apartment in the center of Rome. The apartment has several bedrooms, an office, a living room, and a small kitchen. Michele works out every day and likes to cook in his spare time. Have you watched the Octopus TV series, and if so, what is your favorite season? If you like the video, leave a like and also subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss anything interesting.